Yeah, I don't know. I'm not watching any of it, so. Hi. Hello, everybody. Tom has verified that there has been no alien canoodling,
Yep,
which has been confirmed by the invisible alien talking through the guy who did not do the canoodling.
correct. If you listen to our remote viewing episode with Dr. Courtney Brown of the Farsight Project, he stated that he does have a daughter, E.T., in one of these spacecraft orbiting the Earth. But
Okay,
that,
the daughter's name is not E.T.
her name
The
is
daughter
her daughter's
is an
Ebonique
E.T.
was her name. Ebonique is her name, it turns out. You learn this in their latest video, where she visits Earth and sits beside him in a beach chair at the beach and does a full interview at the beach. And I'm pretty sure it was a green screen, artificially generated beach, not a real one.
Okay, so
But she sits with him in a beach chair and she's invisible. So they use special effects and generate an image of like a flickering, wavering alien, and they put it in her place as a placeholder. And they're nice enough to put it up in letters in the beginning. She's actually invisible, and Courtney will be translating her telepathic messages. But we're going to use this image as a placeholder to make it easier for you. Her name is
dramatization.
Yeah, and her name is Ebonique, and it turns out she confirms through Courtney, of course, that he did not cheat on his wife, that he did not canoodle any aliens up there. She didn't say how she was made, but she did confirm she's his daughter, and that he wasn't canoodling aliens. So for
So
those of you who are worried about alien infidelity, instead of the child support that he hasn't paid, you can check that one off your list.
So wait a minute. Okay, so Tom has been keeping up with this somewhat, obviously, whereas I have not. This is why I wanted this just be on the recording. It's like,
Well,
just please hit record.
I've been putting the
Wait,
content on Patreon. That's the only reason I'm
well,
really on top of
I
it.
know, but so like, okay, now we know her name.
Yes.
Did he say any reason why he didn't reveal it earlier?
He started with hi, I'm here, I'm Dr. Oh, oh, really? Really? Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, my daughter says I can tell you it's her and that her name is Ebonique, and I'm kind of surprised she's letting me share this with you. And oh, oh, I can tell them? Oh, okay. Like he started with one of those.
Okay, good. So it was
So,
super top secret before, and now
so
we
yeah.
can, yeah,
Yeah.
must be a little bit safer in the outer belt.
I guess I don't know.
Fewer
But she,
vagabonds space flying around.
It's interesting. It's only about like 45 minutes, I think, this one. And it is on our Patreon. I did a reaction video so you can view the whole thing there instead of subscribing to Farsight Prime and paying their much more expensive subscription rate. You can get it on our Patreon for the price of a cup of coffee. And I've got two videos of theirs up there now. Well, three if you count the one we did last week. I also added the video recording of last week's episode to our Patreon. So people can actually, as I was listening to it, I realized the audio just did not do it justice. You really have to see the video. So I put our video of that up on Patreon. It's the first time we've put up like a non-live stream video episode. I'll probably
It's
put it
true.
up on YouTube as well. But for now, Patreon's the only place to find it. And then I added the Jack the Ripper. They did a remote viewing on Jack the Ripper. And that one I put up there. It's set to release, I think, Wednesday of next week. I did it as a drop. And then I did this one here with him and his daughter sitting in beach chairs, shooting the shit, letting us know how they feel. If you want the notes that I took on that one, there were some interesting notes on there. Um, they highly
This is on
recommend they
this is
highly
on the
recommend the Foundation series by Isaac Asimov because the aliens use the terms from that series to relate to us and speak to us. So
Okay,
Isaac
good.
Asimov was actually he laid the groundwork or the foundation, you might say, for communications between us and the good ETs.
You might say that.
She explained that they can't help us because of their free will directive until we want them to help. So they can't force their help on us. But they had a groundbreaking moment where they realized even though they can't intervene and help us until we ask for their help and we want their help, they realized what they can do is manipulate events to create a situation where we are forced to make a decision. And hopefully we will decide to let them help us. And that was ominous as hell. It was
So,
presented as a nice thing, but
like Jesus.
yeah, I guess so. I took it as I made an analogy out of it and said essentially what she's saying here is that you cannot lead a horse to water, but you can dehydrate it and make it suffer for a couple of days and then give it a bucket of grain alcohol and water and see which one it picks. And that's essentially what they're doing here. So, yeah, that was fun. And then she also said, "Don't worry, if and that this is another short clip. I think I sent this to Doug a little while ago. It's a short YouTube clip. Don't worry if your people don't reach out to us, and you don't think everybody wants our help. Don't worry if, as a collective, you don't think you need us to intervene. We will know the collective will of the people, and when the collective will of the people wants our help, we will intervene." And I was like, "Whoa, that's some creepy shit there too." So
It
they said
just
some interesting things.
it just doesn't make any sense. Oh, by the way, they will help you because they love their free will directive, unless you're on their spaceship already welcomed by them and you ask for some help to slow your aging. That they won't help you with their machines, according to him. Even when you've non-canoodled sired one of them, by the way.
And the funny thing I kept thinking is, since he's interpreting this telepathically, if we play the game where we take this as real and we say, okay, this is really happening, if we're going to play that game and accept this as real, all I could think of is that she could be sitting there being like, I can't believe you lied to them and you didn't tell them you cheated on your wife, you horrible adultering man. And then he just looks at the camera and goes, oh yeah, she's confirming that I never cheated on my wife. And like I'm envisioning all of these as I'm
Like
watching
this
this.
invisible alien, like
Yeah,
flailing her arms.
literally
No,
waving
that's
her
not.
arms and stomping her feet and trying to like kick
That's
sand
not what
and
I said. God damn it! I
right.
need to go influence a more collective will.
Yes, yep. That's the version I was enjoying as I was watching this. It was kind of fun.
That would be kind of funny, actually. This comes on the heels of a thing claiming that there were some like spaceships firing lasers at the sun. Apparently, someone got a photo of them. So, I mean, maybe that's what it is. She's fine revealing her name now because the local intergalactic gas station here in the Milky Way is back up and running because they cleaned up some of the crime. I mean, he was painting us as like the proverbial, don't drive through there even in the daylight kind
Yeah,
of galaxy or kind of area of the galaxy on that interview. So
yeah, yep.
I don't know. Maybe things are cleaned up a little bit. Maybe people are starting to. We're being gentrified. Gentrification.
Gentrified like the gentleman Jack the Ripper, who we also have their
It
video up. Yep.
it means some really rich aliens move into the apartment where Uncle Reggie used to smoke crack.
And start slashing up prostitutes
Right.
in the street. All right.
Uh,
Let's get to business. Let's make this short and sweet tonight.
no.
Yes.
Okay, let's get to business. So Tom sent me this one. I had seen it before, but it's this US teen fluencer has been stranded in the Chilean Antarctic. That's an oxymoron since landing without permission. And the quick summary goes that this Ethan kid, who's just an American pilot, I guess what he probably got his pilot license like 18 or something.
He's only 19 now, so I
He's
guess.
19 now, I guess. So he decided that he was going to fly to every continent as like a fundraising mission for cancer research. So this was the get views, raise money, and I'm assuming he did this because he was trying to just pull a little bait and switch kind of thing, but he overflew his intended flight plan or his submitted flight plan to get to the Antarctic, which was this his last continent or his
The
second to
last
last
one.
one?
Yep. He was
It was
trying
the
to get to
last one.
7 and he'd already been to 6.
Yeah, so he flies in and lands in Chilean property, and they're like, basically, hey man, you did a bad thing. You flew a plane where you weren't supposed to, so detained is the short version. They've kind of worked it out now where he's got a fine and he has to pay for repairs to his own plane, and then he's waiting for good weather, supposedly, to take back off and get back. And so yeah, it says so. Yeah,
Well, they don't
he's
know how
just
he's getting
staying.
back yet. They're telling him he can't fly his own plane back, and he keeps saying on social
They,
media he's going to fly his own plane.
I thought they were. Let me see. Um.
The last thing I saw from them was
Oh,
a
I see.
public
Yeah.
statement that says his
Yeah.
plane is not safe, is what they said.
Yeah. This Chilean prosecutor Christian Crisoto on Monday told reporters that Guo's plane, quote, does not have the capabilities to make a flight,
Yes, that's what
close
it
quote,
was.
without providing details.
Which means
Why?
they slashed the
I
tires and
was
they
gonna
stripped the
say.
thing and they siphoned out the gasoline and were like, "Whoops, sorry."
Yeah.
Gonna be on Chilean eBay in a week.
Yeah. So I don't know. Wanted to talk about it because it's got some layers to it, with what the kid was trying to do and what he did, obviously thinking that he wouldn't run into this much shit for doing it. And I don't know. I want to hear Tom's take on this first because I had a one-word response for my knee-jerk reaction.
My reaction is three words: stupid fucking kid.
Oh,
Um,
see, mine was shorter, but it was the same.
yeah, okay, good. No, it's this comes down to me to the question of do the ends justify the means? Like that's it's a very almost Machiavellian approach I'm going to take to this. Like he was trying to do a good thing, but he did a bad thing to do a good thing. And that's how you have to look at this sometimes is does the ends justify the means? In this case, no, this was stupid. He didn't think about the consequences of his actions. He didn't think about the other effects this could have had. This could have gone sideways internationally in so many ways. How many reporters have we read about that are locked up in Russia for doing their job because they were in Russia at the wrong time? How many people get locked up in China? How many people in the Middle East get abducted with their heads cut off? I know this isn't exactly somewhere that we're at war with, but when you're across a foreign border and you don't have the right to be there, you lose all of your legal recourse and you open the door for a lot of extreme circumstances. It's kind of like that talk we had a while back. And I recently had it with someone else because it's popped up. The man versus bear conversation manifested in my life again last week, and this kind of came from it. But someone basically said, so if a woman is walking down the street
It's
and
never
she's
going away.
no, it's never going away. But she basically said, so you're telling me if a woman is walking down the street and she's wearing a skirt and a low cut top, and heels, and it's a bad part of town, that she deserves to get raped? And I said, no, I'm not saying that. And they said, well, you're saying she's just asking for it. I said, no, I'm not saying that either. She deserves to, unless she did something wrong, she deserves to get home safely and sound. Like she deserves to be preserved and protected and get home safe. But what I'm saying is that when you make stupid decisions that increase the odds of bad things happening to you, that sometimes bad things are going to happen to you and you don't get to skirt all that responsibility. If I jump into a lion pit with stake around my neck, I don't get to then, lament my loss because I was attacked by these poor savage lions and these endangered species. I victimize them. This is stupid. We take people and we make them into victims for doing stupid illegal things all the time. And that's what this kid did. He did it for good reasons, sure. How much of this was really to raise money and how much of it was for him to boost his social influencer status? How much of it was him trying to get headlines? I'm dealing with this with someone else right now here locally where they tried to explain to me that they took their name off of a thing for unselfish reasons and really the whole thing promotes them. And I'm like, no, your name is still going to be brought up with this over and over and over and over. It's a separate argument. I'm not getting into it here, so I shouldn't have brought it up. I may want to edit that part out. But at the end of the day, this guy did a thing to benefit probably himself more than this cancer children's cancer fund he's trying to raise money for. At the end of the day, I think he did this mostly to get views for himself and to increase his social influencer status, which means that I can't even put good faith in the argument. I think he did a stupid thing for selfish reasons. He's a stupid fucking kid. And that's where I stand on this. If I were his parents, I would be mortified and angry, and I wouldn't know where to go from here because he's 19. But I'd probably bend the kid over my knee and give him a swat on the ass and be like, listen, you, this was a stupid and I raised you better. That's what I think.
I must have manifested that analogy because I was going to jump in and be like, yeah, just toss some stakes over your shoulders and walk through the lion den.
Been rubbing off on me for
Like,
too
this
long.
is gross.
2 years
So,
now.
yeah, at least. But that was, yeah, exactly. With the woman walking through the thing, it's like, well, what do you expect? Like, yeah, you don't deserve this, but like play stupid games with stupid prizes, as we mentioned before.
Yep.
It just it's only takes one bear or one man
Yeah.
to sour the pot. I mean, yeah, that's what I think was happening here. I think he's, my knee jerk reaction for the record, verbatim, was, haha, idiot. when Tom sent me this, I was like, yeah, right about this kid, moron. And then my next thought was, how stupid do you have to be as an American to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fly a plane into a foreign airspace unannounced because
Yeah.
9/11 happened? And then I thought that doesn't register for him He's
Because he's
19.
19. Yeah.
So he was born, what, 4 or 5 years after this happened?
Yeah, 5 years. Yeah, I guess five
So
years
by the
probably.
time he even would have had any like record, like as at least now as like a late teen, anytime, the earliest he could have heard about something like that and registered it and like remembered it in his years coming up was like a decade plus after the fact. So this didn't register for him at all. So it makes it 2% less stupid. But also, you're a pilot. I feel like I could be wrong. Never did the pilot school thing for many reasons. I probably would pass out if you spun me around a little bit, and also I can't fit in the damn cockpit. But I feel like one thing they discuss is like flight logs, planning. Don't fly your plane into places you're not supposed to be. That's just stupid.
Yeah.
There are plenty of people in the world who will shoot first and ask questions later. Like, don't be dumb. Like,
Yep.
I guarantee this is not the first time he's been, shown this, and he just
Oh, see, I
figured,
disagree there. I'll bet you it is the first time. I'll bet you he's gotten away with everything up till now, and
oh,
he's
he's
never
gotten
been caught
away
doing
with it,
anything.
but I guarantee you, in flight school, they said, hey, bad things could happen if you do this. They probably had like three real world, like this happened to this person examples at
Yeah.
least. So
Yeah.
obviously thought that wouldn't happen to him, or felt like I'm an influencer, so people won't touch me. There's a lot of that recently. Influencers getting like arrested or just kind of like beaten up in places because people are just like, no, go away, get out of my face. I don't know. I do think it was ultimately, I think he tells himself that raising funds for cancer research makes it not like okay, but at least like it's not all about him. That's what he's telling himself. Oh, I'm doing this good thing with it too. And
Mm.
so he's trying to do the, why not both kind of thing. But if he had to pick between doing something selfless and raising the money for cancer research and doing something that would raise his exposure, we can't guarantee that he would do the selfless thing for sure.
Yeah.
So
And it's honestly, it's probably a hard line to walk in a lot of ways because I want to teach my kids to, shoot for the moon. I want them to chase down their dreams and to try to go big and to try to do the things that they really want to do and they're passionate about. I want to encourage them to take chances and I want to encourage them to try and live a life that they're going to be happy and proud of at the end. I also want them to do something and that benefits the rest of the world, isn't just self-benefiting, isn't selfish. I want them to help other people in their life. A lot of this resonates with that. A lot of that is a kid who could be trying to do that. But you also have to teach them to do it in the right way, and that means legally and aware of the consequences. And the big thing we're trying to teach the kids right now, especially my son, is you can do anything you want as long as you're willing to own the consequences. There's a guy in the office who, when I walk in with a tight fade, was like, "Yo, let me see that neck. I want to get that neck." And he wants to basically slap me on the back of the neck. And he straight up asked me if he could. And I said, "Man, you can do whatever you want, but you need to realize there will be consequences. And I can get away with a lot more than most people because technically I'm technically a combat vet with PTSD. Like, who's going to hold me accountable if you slap me on the back of the neck for anything I do short of maiming you? Like, they're probably going to let me slide on that." And so he keeps talking about it every time I get a haircut. And I'm just like, man, you do what you want, but you got to be willing to deal with the consequences. And I'm trying to teach my kids the same lesson. And I feel like that's this year. And maybe this is a case where he was like, well, this is what's going to happen if it goes bad. This is the worst case scenario. And I'm willing to live with that. Maybe he did. And it,
maybe he thought if it goes like this, he gets more attention.
which
Because
is
look, I
accurate.
didn't
Yeah.
I didn't hear about this kid until this happened.
Mhm.
I don't know. I love the fact that he ran into probably even better, more experienced grifters than he.
The
He's
government.
yeah, well, right, but he's got the plane and the cameras and all that stuff, and everything. That's his kind of shtick. But once they got him, like, look at the judge dropped the charges. First thing
But
he first thing he has to do, he has to give a $30,000 donation to a children's cancer foundation within 30 days
hmm
to avoid a trial. So they're kind of like, oh, okay, you were raising money for cancer kids?
Yep.
Prove it.
Yep.
right away really fast. So, first of all, if he's really in it more for himself, they're making sure that he has to do the other part. That's the
Yep.
hilarious first thing. And by the way, because they're altruists, they're dangling over him bigger punishment if he doesn't. Second thing, he has to leave the country as soon as conditions allow, and he can't come back for 3 years, but he's still been there, which, okay, believable. Antarctica, maybe it's like, not all that great a lot of the time for
Oh, he
flying.
he's not banned from Antarctica. He's banned from any
No, I
Chilean
know. I'm talking
territory, though.
about the
Yeah. Okay.
leaving. He's still in Antarctica,
Yes. Yep.
but they haven't had a clear day apparently in a
Yeah.
while.
Oh, this
You
is
know,
like peak winter season for them right now. Yeah.
yeah. So, and then he's not allowed back in any Chilean territory for 3 years, which is, that's the cookie cutter to make it look like we're doing things on the up and up.
Yeah.
But magically, his plane doesn't work, and we're not talking about exactly why it doesn't work. And he's got and
There are
he's
no
got
Epstein files.
and he's got to fix that on his own dime.
I love that he's
and
got to pay back the court costs, the maintenance
and
costs, the storage costs.
yep, yeah, all the costs to take care of this broken piece of plane. Just that in America this part costs $50,000. In Chilean Antarctica, this part costs $80,000. You would not believe the shipping costs. We got to get another plane to bring that sucker here.
Yep.
This is that pilot's gonna want to get his. This might cost this kid more than he gets from it.
He's gonna make out just fine in the end because he's gonna be on all
Probably,
the
but
talk
he's just
shows.
like,
He when he gets
yeah,
back to
at
the
least for
States,
a
he's gonna do
morning.
right. He'll
He'll have
have
a
at
hundred
least two
grand
months.
of talking. Yeah, he'll
Yeah,
have to
at
go on 10
least.
shows for 10 minutes and make 100 grand,
Yep.
probably.
Yep.
But
At,
still, yeah.
yep. And all the radio talk shows, and yeah, he's gonna profit off of this. Oh yeah. All right, so raise
One
your
of the
kids to
old
be
ass
pilots.
Chilean guards calls him 9/11. One of them calls him that. Like,
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
like
Yeah.
walking around the military base, that's like, what's up, 9/11?
Yeah.
He's like, what?
Sorry, 9/11. Your plane's still looking a little shoddy today.
Yeah, I know, right? Just walk by, stare him down, and kick it, and keep walking.
He walks by and there's like some Chilean guard in there with his girlfriend bumping
Yeah.
in the back of the plane. Sorry, we're just checking your shocks, man. We got to make sure they work. Sorry, they're
Yeah.
insufficient. Canoodling aliens up in the front cockpit.
Ooh, ooh.
Well, they call it a
Even
cockpit.
Dr. Courtney Brown didn't do that.
Allegedly, we don't know. Like I said, she could have very well been standing there screaming at him, "You lying piece of." We don't know.
Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly, as Bingo would say.
Yes. Anyway, that's all. Good story. I just it just has the couple of layers. We could try to even turn it into a dating theme for a second. You sort of did. You tried, and then I pulled you back out of it.
That's fine. My kids are young enough now that I only have like very, very loose idea of what I'm hoping to be teaching them at that age and where I want them to be at that age. But all of my friends have older kids, and some of them have kids that are in college right now and about this age, and it's refreshing talking to them sometimes about the things their kids are going through because it
Hmm.
gives me some insight to the challenges I hadn't thought of that I'm gonna have to start thinking about soon. It's helpful, but it's hard because I mean my oldest isn't even 10 yet. So for me to be thinking about what I want them to be doing at 18 and 19 and 20, other than like super high level big picture stuff, it's really hard to have an idea. And especially because things are going to be different by then. I'm willing to bet that, 15 years ago, anybody who was having a kid probably didn't have social media on their radar as something they had to worry about for their kid growing up. It didn't really exist. So
No.
I mean, it existed, but it wasn't what it is now. So it's not knowing what you don't know, not knowing what to plan for. Like I hope my kids take chances like this. I hope they're skilled enough and confident enough and that they dream enough that they take shots like this.
No,
I
not
just
like
also hope
this.
that well, I hope that they do it in a smarter fashion. Yes.
Not into opposing air territory.
Yes, not that. Not anything where I have to, read a letter saying, "Sorry, we shot your kid down because we didn't know what they were doing." I don't ever want that.
It's like a
And
double
that could have
whammy
very well
though.
been that.
It's not just a random ass plane you weren't expecting, which would be bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's better or worse. Like when you submit a flight plan and then deliberately go past it, go beyond it,
Yeah.
is that, I mean, you probably have a higher survival rate because people are going, what is he doing? Like you were at least sort of on someone's literal radar, at least for a certain spot, and they'll see you going, or they'll see that you didn't arrive, and they'll at least start asking questions. But that's is that worse to be like, yeah, I'm going to do this, and then blatantly doing something different? Some people are immediately going to like, do we shoot this kid down right
Right.
away instead of trying to radio him first?
And can you
You
imagine
know?
being the guy who has to make that decision? Because what if you get it wrong? What if they had shot this
Right.
thing down and then they learned afterward it was a 19-year-old kid trying to raise money for children's cancer? Like, how do you feel if you were the one who made that decision after, you know? Yeah, everything this kid did put people in a bad spot. It was a very selfish
Mhm.
decision, and I just, as much as I want to applaud him for the things that I think he did right, that I like about this, I think the consequences and the negative side of this just outweighs that, and it's just irresponsible and reckless
Well,
in
and
some
even
cases.
if it's a good end, the ends don't justify the means by most adjusted people's, moral parameters. And yeah, this is what we're at. I mean, honestly, you know what would have fixed this was he clearly hasn't seen the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. He hasn't seen Uncle Ben.
Yep.
Tell him, with great power comes great responsibility, and that fixes it. Teen male, just watch Uncle Ben die.
Yeah, I don't think this kid's. I don't
That'll
think he's
fix it.
Spider-Man. I'm not
We
getting
just
the
need to watch the
Spider-Man vibe.
movie.
No, not getting the vibe.
No, he's not. Are
You
you
know what
doing
he
this on
needed to do?
purpose? He's
Yes.
not. He just needs to watch the movie. That's all he has to do. I'm not saying he's Spider-Man. He just needs to watch one damn movie. That's all I'm saying. Oh, speaking of the parenting thing that you referenced, it has nothing to do with parenting, but I had a thing today at work where someone was asking for a past value from 1997,
Wow.
and my first thought was, oh, maybe we could do that. It's going to be a crazy like fee, but we might be able to do that. And then I was talking with my supervisor, and he was like, yeah, we're not going to do that. And he goes, there was no internet. And I was like, oh, you're
Oh,
right. We literally
wow.
probably can't do this. He I love this guy. He was like, yeah, so most of the data is literally gone now. Like it's either if it's not on some record on the internet somewhere or nothing, like it's just too hard to get. And all the other people who are around then, most of them are dead. So you can't even like interview people anymore. And I was like, oh, that's actually a really good point. You literally can't go back that far for reliable conclusions on certain things. So, fun fact.
It's interesting because something similar popped up with me at work this week. Somebody reached out to me. We did a big project a year and a half-ish ago. It was over a span of like 15, 18 months. And we did a
So
big
that was
project on a boat.
me because we've been doing this podcast for how long?
This was someone in the government. This was my first big project.
The
Um,
Dougocracy.
that I made work when I with the new company with the company I've been at for about 3.5 years now.
Mm,
And we did something
gotcha.
on a Virginia class boat, sort of experimental, and just see if we could make it work, and it worked.
Yay.
And it was very exciting. They reached out to me this past week, and they want to do it on an older model submarine. They want to do another sort of experiment, put something experimental on, see if it works. Problem is, as far as we're concerned, that boat is like dead because it's not under construction anymore. We're building its replacement right now. We
Right. And
The
like
boat
all
is
the
of no use
engineers
to
who
us.
might know what to do are
Right.
like, yeah,
They're
I'm retired,
gone.
go
Yeah, they've
away.
all retired. They're all gone. Like I had to verify we could find drawings for this thing. Like, can we find
Right.
the actual drawings?
Right.
Do we have anybody with engineering subject matter expertise for this? And like it's kind of a one of those things like the internet not existing for you for this.
Right.
It's one of those things like, oh man, like time really passes. Like it's not just a bathtub where it's sitting static around me. Like it's passing. There's something different
Oh,
here.
good reference.
I tried.
It's not static.
No,
It's not standing water. It's a whirlpool.
it's a whirlpool. Yeah, it's a whirlpool.
Yes. Yeah, in case you guys haven't figured this out yet, the government is exactly like everything else. If you walk into an office building that's like 30 years old and you're like, "Where are your building plans?" They're like, "What?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We've never had those. But then, like, if you just search in the right corner, you'll just find some rolled up stuff where the moment you open it, it like dissolves in the sunlight. But at least you found them for a second. Take a picture.
True story. 100%
Yeah,
true story.
it's like the Constitution. We need Nicolas Cage.
That was a good movie.
That was a good movie.
All right.
So
I
yeah,
think
don't fly into airspace you're not supposed to be in. This kid should count his lucky stars that he's still alive
yes.
because he could. I mean, they could have taken him and just decided to rough him up and do whatever they wanted, ransom or otherwise, and just act like he's not even around. They're
Yeah.
helping him out, I think, in a
With
weird sort of way.
all
They're helping him out, but trying to make it hurt for him so he doesn't do it again.
with all the international tensions in the world right now, it seems to me like the last thing you want to do is to cross a border into a sovereign nation that you're not supposed to be in. It doesn't matter which one it is even right now, because everyone is tense. The the stakes are just elevated everywhere. Principality of Sealand is actually getting mad. If you remember, we covered them a little
There's
while back. They took down the review section on their page. We actually forced a
we angered an international another country.
yep. We what we did was we actually I was talking to the colleague at work about this earlier today. And the claim that I made was, listen, technically we altered foreign policy because Sealand's foreign policy, their policy up till we started getting comments posted up there, was to let people leave comments on their e-citizenship status. And then we had our two dads talking followers start posting comments in there. And guess what happened? They changed that policy and took it down, and it is now no longer the Principality of Sealand's policy to post those comments.
Power to the people.
We affected international policy. I feel like we win.
Civil
We
disobedience is still
Yep.
disobedience.
We ticked off Prince Michael, with our episode, and then we affected their national policy here. I think we're about ready to start changing the game and upping our game.
That's funny.
Maybe it's time to start looking at buying out like a major mortgage company that's got a lot of room to fix its problems and grow. Maybe it's time to start looking at that.
Maybe.
Maybe
5-year plan. Here it comes, baby.
5-year plan.
Okay, I'm gonna devil's advocate on behalf of this kid real quick, sort of. It's not really like saying what he did was right, but kind of like,
You're just not happy
okay,
unless an episode goes over an hour. That's what this
that's true.
is.
No, no, let me ask you this question, Tom. When you were 19,
Yep.
would you have the same opinion about this as you do now?
Probably not.
I would have said, yeah, this is cool. Like, screw those annoying old people who are
Oh, you know
succumbing to
what?
all the international shit. Like, oh,
No, I
this is
take
what
that
the rest
back.
of the world does, but he's
When
trying
I
to
was
change things and be different.
when I was
Well, you
19,
were military
it
though.
was the year
Yeah.
9/11 happened actually. So
Oh,
honestly,
yeah, no,
that would have
actually, that
been
would
like
have
yeah, it would have been like 6 months after.
you
Yeah,
would have
no.
walked to Antarctica and shoot him anyway to do what was
Like
supposed to be
you
done.
dumbass. So aside if you when I was 18, I
Yeah,
would have felt differently about this than I feel now. Yes.
right.
But
That's what
I think you're right. I think 9/11
I'm
changed.
thinking like teenage male. There's a part of me that goes, you stupid old people, always cranky and stuff and trying to follow the rules. If you were
Right.
more like this kid who just we could all fly around and get along and kumbaya and stuff.
Yeah. And I did plenty of
So,
stupid stuff when I was overseas in Germany as a young adult. Nothing like
mhm.
this, but I did plenty of stupid
No,
stuff then. And it's fair to say, honestly, that before, when I was younger, yes, I would have felt differently about this. But,
no.
but man, like, I hope when he gets home, his folks give him a big hug. And I really hope while the cameras are still on them, his dad just bends him over his knee and just swats him on the butt. I really hope he does. Anyway. That would make for a hell of a good story. And then Dad could be on the talk shows too, and he could make his money too.
It's true. All right, fine. You don't want to go over an hour on this, so
Yeah, we're going
you're
to.
no
It's fine.
fun. You're an old person now.
I am an old person.
I mean, I'm ready. I went and got dad jokes. I found one and a half dad jokes that I'm a little bit leery of telling. I went a little bit dirty tonight.
So when you said we're going here, I started thinking, do I have any jokes about Antarctica? I'm like, maybe. Do I have
No,
any
I
jokes
didn't do
about
that route.
pilots? No. Ooh, I do have one about, children with cancer. Oh, I can't tell that. Like I do have one of those. I can't
You
tell
can
that joke.
you can tell me later.
Yeah, maybe, maybe. Do we have updates we want to get to?
I don't know. Do
Uh,
you?
yeah, I want to tell the Pepper
You
story. I
have
feel good about the
Yeah,
Pepper
I was gonna
story.
say that's a good parenting win.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I agree. It is good.
so when we bought the house back in November, when Freedom Mortgage made us fight tooth and nail and blood and claw for this house, the house came with some garden beds in the backyard. And this spring we ripped out the weeds and we ripped out the dirt and bought new garden soil. And my wife was super diligent about getting one, two, three, five of these things filled. I think there's nine of them. She got five of them like ready to go with minimal help from anybody else. And then I took the kids to the store and everyone picked out seeds for something that they like to eat. So my oldest, it was cherry tomatoes. My middle son likes cucumbers. He loves cucumbers. And then my youngest eats peppers. She will sit down and eat like six or seven multicolored peppers for a meal and be happy. It's just what she wants. And then her poop comes out like hot liquid,
That's a
toxic
lot.
nastiness.
That's a lot of peppers.
But she loves peppers. There's bell peppers. She just loves them,
She's right at that
especially the
age where
sweet
it's
ones.
toxic, though. Our 4-year-old does that. She leaves these things in the bathroom that in like Stranger Things, like the goop that crawls along the floor and like
Sure.
attaches itself to people.
Looks like a Venom
Yeah,
symbiote. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
like a face sucker.
Yes, you understand. Yeah. So so we planted this garden and we've been harvesting the last month, month and a half. We've been getting lettuce, which has been cool. We've been getting tomatoes, which is really cool. We started getting cucumbers like a week ago. The peppers hadn't really come in yet. Broccoli hasn't come in yet. The watermelons are starting to do their thing. Carrots are starting to do their thing. But we finally got a pepper ready and we harvested it last night. And my daughter got so excited, but she'd already brushed her teeth for bedtime and we'd already had dinner. So she woke up this morning and told mommy, her mom, my wife asked her, what do you want for breakfast? I want my pepper. And so my wife just sent me a picture of her
You're like,
sitting
here
at the
you
table,
go.
glass of milk, big old pepper. It's a big pepper. Like this is not a little bitty thing. It was like the size of her forearm. And she just big old smile, giving a thumbs up with a glass of milk and a pepper. But it was really cool. Like when she got home this afternoon, I saw her. I was like, I heard you ate your pepper this morning. Her face lit up. She was so proud. It's a seed she planted. She helped water. Like this is a thing she did. And it was really kind of cool to see that pay off.
Yeah, good for you, man.
Yeah.
It's fun. We took the apples off of one of the daughter's apple tree. They picked trees last year and we planted them. We thought they were both going to die, but they didn't. We
Nice.
got one pair and 8 apples. And I came out one day and I thought, it took me a minute. I didn't realize it at first, but I was like, where are all the apples? And I found out that my wife saw a squirrel gnawing on one of them and she ran out there. And as she put it, she fought the squirrel for this apple.
You tell her I fought a beaver.
Right,
She's
you're
fighting
right.
squirrels.
And then she took them all off. She's like, no, the squirrel's not getting my daughter's apples. Like,
Good
brother.
for her. I've got to fight a
She said
bobcat
that
now.
she said the squirrel left, but then when she was like at the tree, the squirrel was sitting there like 15 feet away, like waiting,
She's waiting.
like
Yep.
just see if she goes away. So
Yep.
she like took them all. It's funny. I like it.
We've got a bobcat on the property now, and I think I'll have to fight a friggin' bobcat. I'm not excited about it.
Yeah, that's definitely worth the discussion that we had a while
Yep.
ago about could you win? Because that's a 30-pound
This
cat.
is
Like this
this is
is,
bigger. This is the biggest bobcat I've ever seen. Like I didn't think it was a cat at first when I saw it. My daughter thought it was a deer, and we had to look at like, wait a minute, what is
there's
this?
no way. It's not a lynx, it's a bobcat.
I thought it was a lynx when I first looked at it, but I don't think
The
we have
lynx
them
is
near us.
taller. Lynx should be
It's
taller and bigger.
it's
Okay.
it's easily 1.5 times the size of my dog. It's got to be a 45-pound cat. It's
Mm,
huge.
it's not a bobcat then.
All right, friggin'
Bobcats are
Malinois.
s- no Google.
Yeah,
Bobcats are
I believe
small
you.
to medium-sized wildcats, typically about the size of a domestic cat, twice the size of a domestic cat. They
Yeah, it says
generally
something
weigh
else
be
then.
they generally weigh between 15 and 30 pounds,
Okay,
with lengths ranging from 28 to 50 inches. So I
50
think
at 50.
yes, yes. So it
So
could be a
four
it,
foot.
mhm.
Okay. Yeah, no, that
From
could
from end to end. It could be a really lanky cat.
could have been a really big lanky one then. Yep. But
Yeah,
it,
let's
it
see.
was it was big.
Yeah, then there's the lynxes. The smaller Canada lynx is 26 to 30 pounds. Oh man, they threw the metric system at me. Males reaching up to 30 kilograms. That's big. Maybe it's a lynx.
Maybe.
30
I didn't think
kilograms is was at 60 pounds? That's 65
uh
pounds.
50 yeah, 60 yeah,
Yeah.
conversion's off. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's big.
2.2. That's like 65 pounds or in 130 centimeters. I don't know what that is. Two and a half, 10.
Okay.
That's pretty far. Yeah, maybe it's a lynx. I think some lynxes do. Let me see.
Now I'm
Lynx
searching to see if
territory
they're in New
because
England.
they probably are. No,
A
it wouldn't be
bobcat
a
is a type
lynx.
of a lynx, a member of the lynx genus. Interesting.
Yeah, it's the smaller one. It looks like the lynx generally does not get as far down as where you're at.
Yeah. It says Maine has a small but viable breeding population, but they
Oh,
don't generally go
weird. They
further.
actually have a little tiny spot in Ohio, like
Hmm.
right at the top middle. Okay. So yeah,
Anyway,
maybe
yeah,
it's a
got to
big
deal with that.
bobcat. That'd be good. Yeah, be careful with that one.
Yeah. I will be. We'll figure that out.
Like think about how much a cat hurts and then like triple its size.
I don't want to mess with this thing, but it's big enough that it would come after my dog and probably at least one of my kids, probably both my younger
Yeah.
ones. It was
Yeah.
huge. It
It's
was big enough my
literally a
daughter thought it was a deer. She didn't believe it was a cat, and then
it's
she looked at
literally
it
a
and went, "Oh my
wildcat,
gosh."
so don't
Yeah,
mess with it if you don't have to.
yeah.
Shoot
Well,
it.
it's getting close. I'm not allowed to do that. We talked about it. So if anybody's
Okay,
listening, I will not
well,
shoot
you
this
obviously
bobcat.
will not shoot it. It was some random passerby.
I mean, I can't help what other people do. I have neighbors. They
Just
have
a
guns.
good
Yeah.
Samaritan.
Yeah, I've got neighbors, they have guns. I can't help what they might do without my knowledge. I
I
don't know.
Okay, we should finish this up and do jokes and go because by this time it'll end up being like a 50-minute episode. We That's short for us.
Well, I don't want
Oh,
you to have a fit because we're, under an hour.
I
Do
would
do we want to share the moon gravity video real quick?
I mean that would be funny, but no, I don't need to have a fit. I can be fine with a with my new state in life. It's hard for me to listen to myself talk now
That's fair.
with all I used to do way more driving, so I had time to listen to us.
That's fair. That makes sense.
By the way, I thought of this earlier. I wanted to tell you, Tom, that in real life I made you very proud.
Okay.
I was talking to someone who is a dentist or a dental surgeon, and he is literally a partner. And his the name of their business it was not this, but it was something like Central, whatever center, but it was the Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery Center.
Oh, okay.
I kid you not. I paused and I was like, boy, that's a mouthful.
Nicely done.
And you know what I did? I was met with silence over the phone. And I was ready though. I was like, I'll bet you've heard that at least 800 times. And he was like, yes. Ah,
Uh,
I
that's
loved
still
it.
good.
And I
That's
just
really
kept
good.
laughing. I think by the end of it, he was like, okay, this guy's crazy, but
I
he's
think
not
that's quite good.
stupid.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of
Thank
you.
you.
All right, we're gonna kick off dad
Oh,
jokes with a video I sent to Doug because yeah, I found it
it's so
utterly
good.
hilarious.
It's true though. I mean, you cannot disprove this video.
Yep, absolutely.
Something that you personally don't.
Oh, it's not playing the video or the audio. How rude.
I can hear the audio from here,
Oh, as long
oh
as you
wait,
can
did
hear
you
it.
check? Well, did you? No, we found this out. It doesn't necessarily go through the Zoom recording. You have to select the button. There's a little checkbox on the
I
right when you
did,
select a
yeah.
screen share that says record audio,
Yep, I
shared
did.
audio.
And
Okay,
it
then it
shows
should
that it's
work.
sharing here. I just can't
It
hear it.
should
All right.
work.
Well, hopefully everybody else enjoys it.
Good.
Don't believe, but you know that everyone else takes as a universal truth.
Boats float because of their design. Have you literally thought about this for a second? Boats are being held above the water by the moon's gravity.
I don't see it.
Water is being held down by Earth gravity.
Okay.
Sky is held in place by moon gravity. Boats bridge the line. They ride the horizon. So are they being held down by Earth gravity or up by moon gravity? It's moon gravity.
What's holding cars?
Earth gravity.
What's the difference?
Because water's because of the tides. Because of the tides. Like,
Okay.
when did you drop out of school? Like third grade, fourth grade?
It's
like,
even funny just with
geology
captions.
classes?
high school. Sir.
Okay.
When did you
No,
get?
I dropped out about 7th grade.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm working on my GED.
GED.
Hmm?
GED.
Is this some high school dude? I don't know what
No,
you're
it's
talking
just
about. I haven't gotten my
You said
GED yet.
GED.
Yes?
GED. It's an acronym.
Hmm?
Will you say something that you personally
It's GED. Hmm? It's an
Get
acronym. Hmm? Is that so? Wait, the first time I watched this, it just completely went over me. Is that a young Zach Galifianakis?
I thought the same thing. No, it's
Like,
not. It's
it's not. It's like you could convince me if you were like, "Hey, that's Zach Galifianakis." Like 15 years ago, I'd be like, "Okay,
I actually thought the
cool."
same thing and I had to look them up. It's just a comedy duo and they do stuff like this. Their channel's pretty good. I've clicked through a couple other things. I haven't worked my way through it hard, but they've got some good stuff on here. But this was by far the funniest skit that I saw.
I mean, think about it though. If the moon causes the tides,
The tides,
then
man, the
then it's
tides.
the moon gravity is actually pulling the boats up because it's pulling the water up, right?
Oh,
If without the
what's
moon gravity,
what's
the
holding
boats
cars,
would
Doug? What's
no,
holding
that's
cars?
the earth gravity because
Why isn't it the
obviously
moon gravity holding up
it's
the
the
moisture in the
it's
roads
the
that they're driving on?
ground. No, it's the ground. There's no moisture in the ground, otherwise the ground would be water, Tom. The
It would all
If
be
the
mud.
moon gravity wasn't getting the boats, they would sink, obviously.
Obviously, yes.
And we learned from our physics class, our Mars class, that gravity affects everything and everybody, and that's what causes some of the weird stuff with Mars. So technically, the moon is also helping. Could you imagine how many cars would slowly sink into the ground without the moon?
So many cars, all the cars.
Probably. At least the ones on the moon side.
But we learned from Terrence Howard that gravity isn't real. So if gravity isn't real, then moon
Then
gravity isn't real.
the
So
moon isn't real.
and the moon isn't real. So if the moon isn't real and the moon gravity isn't real, then what's holding up the boat? Is the boat not real?
The boat is holding up the earth.
I don't think that theory holds water.
I think it'll float.
All right, you got jokes. Let's hear jokes.
All right, should I tell the, you know what, let's alternate them. Okay, so that way I can feel dirty and then clean again. It'll be like a shower. What's a vampire's favorite fruit?
A
Give
blood
you a,
orange?
oh, no. Okay, that's not bad. A nectarine.
Oh, I like that too.
Yes. Okay, good.
I like that too. Yeah, that's good.
All right, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go next.
Yay.
Why doesn't Ethan Guo have any friends in Antarctica?
Why doesn't he have any friends in Antarctica? Because everyone is Chilean towards him.
Because he's isolated.
Ah, yeah, okay. I was on the right track. I wasn't gonna get there though. There's
I
no
was
way.
gonna ask why he can't make friends and say he couldn't break the ice, but I didn't think that was quite as good.
That one, yeah, that you're right. That's not as good.
Yeah.
It's so it would have flown with me though. All right. First weird one. When is it okay to beat up a dwarf? Just
Oh,
think, dude. You might know this one because you're sick.
we I think I've told similar jokes to this.
Probably.
When it tells you it likes how your hair smells.
Yeah, kind of. When it's standing next to your girlfriend saying her hair
Yes.
smells nice. Yeah.
I told that joke on an earlier
Okay.
episode. Yep,
Did you that
I
exact
did.
one?
That exact one. Yep.
I must have repressed it then. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm terrible. Good thing I brought another weird one.
Go for it.
The weird one? I
Yeah.
guess. All right, fine. Why do walruses love a Tupperware party?
We've told this one too.
What?
Yes.
No.
Yes, it has to do with them looking for a tight seal.
Yes, okay, fine.
Yep, that one's
Damn
already
it.
been told in the podcast too.
How many messed up jokes have you told that I've repressed and forgotten about?
Lots of them.
At least two, it sounds like.
At
There's at
least
least
two.
two
Yes, at
that
least
we
two.
can confirm. All right, fine. I'll do my last one that I brought to the table.
All right.
Why can't a T-Rex clap their hands?
You've told this one here.
Have I?
Yes.
No, that was the shower one that I told the other time.
No, you've told this one too, because I thought it was something about their arms being short, and it turns out it's like because they're extinct,
Man,
dumbass,
thank
or something like
God.
that. Yeah, you brought all repeat
This
jokes
is
tonight, Doug.
terrible.
That's
Oh
not
my
good.
goodness. I need to change. You know what? I need to change my books. I'm staring at them right now. I know I've mentioned this on the podcast before. I have a dad jokes book and then a dad jokes 2,
Okay.
obviously, book. And I was leaning on those a lot earlier on, so clearly I need to literally get new material.
Yeah, you just
Like
ripped off all of our
literally,
own
it's
jokes.
like I ripped off you and me
Yep, in the same
somehow.
thing. Yep.
Damn it. See, this is why I needed to keep that Excel spreadsheet going with all the jokes that got told.
I tried going back and
It
filling some
was,
stuff in because I do want to release
uh,
that as a book. I want to release a joke book from our podcast like
I
for
know.
Christmas, but I haven't gotten it.
It was so
Um,
laborious.
it was. Do you know what Ethan Guo is going to tell his kids one day about his trip to Antarctica?
What, how it didn't take off? Like our
No.
book?
He's going to say
Hold
that's when
on.
it,
Nah.
he's going to say that's when it went south. Yours was
Unless
good
you've
too.
unless you've passed the poll, then it's going up. Then
It's
things are
true.
looking up.
That's true. Okay, we
Yeah.
can we can work with that.
No.
All right, and I'll tell the one joke I wasn't going to tell because it's like super dark humor and it's going to immediately get us canceled. This one,
Hold on. Let me put on my best acting face and insist that you've told this before so I don't feel so bad.
sure, as long as you know
I
the answer,
gotta
then
I
I'll
gotta
buy
be
it.
ready to gaslight. That's right.
Pretty sure I've never told this one before to anybody, like since my army days. But yeah, if you know the answer and it turns out, yeah, you
Okay.
convinced me I told it.
All right. All right.
So he was raising money for Children's Cancer Foundation. That's the only reason this popped into my
Yes,
head.
the cancer joke. Okay,
It's
good.
so bad.
Oh my goodness.
Just a warning to our listeners: if you don't like dark humor and this is super dark, then you should just turn off this episode now. This is going to offend you. It just will.
Turn it off now, but download the next episode.
Yes.
Keep listening after
Yes.
this.
Yes. I promise I won't do this again. This is a one-time thing.
Oh, that's pretty serious. I'm going to hold you to it,
Okay.
actually.
All right. What do children with cancer and milk cartons have in common? I don't even want to tell the punchline. I can't believe I just put this out there. I feel like such a bad human being.
Well, you want to know how bad of a human being I am? I felt the twinkle in my eye, like, ooh, I want to get this one.
I'm not sure if
I
that
mean,
makes you worse or just
I was gonna
equally as
say,
bad.
I don't know. I've come across already. My awful brain has thought of lots of different political no-no kinds of ways to answer this. Oh, I mean, like, so my first response was something about like, you know, all the ones you see are always white or something like that. My next thought was, it's too late, they're already dead. Um, I mean, like, I'm even going stupid, like it's an utter travesty. Just milk cartons, right? Because I'm trying to go missing kid on a milk carton, but it's just milk cartons,
Just
right?
milk cartons. It would work with gallon of milk as well. We could go that route if you
Right, right.
here. Yeah.
Ooh, is it a dairy reference or a cow reference? Oh, well, because they one came from the farm and one got sent to the farm.
No.
Tell me, okay. I've already given like three like way not nice answers to
Oh,
this.
it's dark.
Yes, okay, tell me.
Expiration dates.
Oh, come on. You could have done that with ground beef, dude. That's not fair. You
Could have
can't
done it
pick
with a
milk
lot of things.
specifically. Some things smell better beyond their expiration date.
Eh, I don't know about that. I can't
You,
think of anything off the top of my head that smells better
I
after its
mean,
expiration date.
some of those milk cartons, you open it like on the expiration date and you're like, oh, yep, that was not good like a day or two ago. But then
Yeah.
others, it's been like 2 days past and you're like, I can handle this. It'll be fine.
It's like
So
Tang. You just pretend it's like Tang. This is orange flavored milk. Doug
that's not
likes
that
his
bad.
Doug likes his
It's a
milk
good
with
joke.
clumps in
It's
it.
not it's yeah, it's called what's it called on the blender setting? You just do this with milkshakes.
Oh gosh.
It's called chop instead of
Oh
something like that.
nope.
On the old blenders, it was number four, button number four. You know those old mechanical things where it was like 0 to 8 and it had
Yes.
all the different.
Yeah.
It was number four, baby. I knew it. I alternated between whatever it was, liquefy and chop, 8 and 4. Got to get that nice balance, that consistency.
Uh,
Back when phone cords still existed and you had to like duck under it. If mom suddenly decided to turn around in the kitchen, you might get clotheslined by a cord.
yep. That's something else Ethan Guo knows nothing about. There were no phone
Oh
cords
my
left by the time he was
gosh.
old enough.
When that was what the thing with the 1997 value, and my boss is like, yeah, there was no internet, and I was like, oh, I was 10. There wasn't. There were no chat rooms.
No.
There was none of that shit. Nuts.
All right, now we're rambling. We love you guys. Thank you for listening.
We do it.
if, if you're interested in the Farsight videos and you're as bemused as we are by them, they're on Patreon. I've got three loaded now. I'm trying to get through a couple a week. If there's a specific one you guys want, let us know. Shoot us an email, 2dtpod@gmail.com. Yeah, thanks for listening. Sorry that I was a little bit tired today.
I'm convinced that Dr. Courtney Brown is a lizard person. Like, look at how stretched his face is with his lips. Like, you want to talk about conspiracy theories? He has all the facial profiles that conspiracy theorists think of, like, with lizard people.
Yeah.
He's one of them. He's a bad ET, dude. It's like, it's a double agent counterintelligence thing, I'm telling you.
I'll bet you he's the co-owner of Facebook and we just don't know it. He's got that look.
No.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Thank you for listening. We love you guys. Go, Dad, go.
No.
We'll see you next week.